Welcome to the Chris Hatcher Show, presented this week by Bromberg's. The Bulldogs with a big win this past Saturday at Samford Stadium, 37-31 over the Wofford Terriers. It evens up Samford's record 2-2 for this season. Beautiful day, fans were loud, great day to be a Samford Bulldog, and a huge boost of confidence, Coach, for a team that really needed it.
I think so, and of course being back at home in front of our fans, 2 sellouts in a row, first time that's ever happened in Samford history. We won't, put the asterisk that it was COVID restrictions, but they were sellouts. So again, it was a beautiful day. Our guys played extremely hard, especially coming off a tough one against Furman the week before. It didn't start the way that we had anticipated. It got down 10-0 to the 20th ranked team in the country, and able to come back and have a huge win and make some big plays down the stretch to even our record out. So I'm really proud of our team, our fight, our heart. Our execution lacked at times, but again, we'll take them any way we can get them.
Well, the first half, particularly first quarter, Samford found themselves down. Second quarter, we surged back, but 1 minute left in that first half. We allowed them to drive 99 yards for that score. Look, you've told me you're not a big rah-rah guy at halftime, but that had to put a sour taste in your mouth the way the first half ended. Did you say something to your team there at halftime?
Well, first of all, we should have gone ahead. We ended up having to settle for a field goal, but the way things were going, at that point of the game, I was content going in tied. We got down 10 and hey, let's go in tied. We're feeling good about ourselves. But then we got the good punt, pinned them inside the 1, had 2 timeouts. I was thinking, well, at least they have to punt it to Montrell, and who knows what can happen when he touches the ball. And then they squirted the long one and ended up scoring a few plays later. And needless to say, I was not in a real happy mood at that point with the way the things ended in the second half. I can't really go in and say what I really wanted to say right there, Kevin, at halftime. But I did keep my cool and pep the boys back up, and they came out and played much better in the second half.
For the second time in a row, we find ourselves with the lead going in the fourth quarter. This time, able to hang on. What a huge play there by Wade White, a true freshman who intercepted the ball at the end.
Well, we got to the end of the game. We're up 13, and again, it shouldn't even have been that close. I mean, we're kicking way too many field goals, but Mitch Finner had a great game. I mean, he was the difference in the game. And then we got aggressive, tried to go deep there when we were, had the ball with a 7 or 6 point lead and missed a deep ball. And then our defense, we gave up a long 4th and 28 conversion, and it's like the old White Snake song, here we go again. I mean, you could just feel it on the sideline that we're all like, goodness gracious. And we gotta forget that mentality. We gotta have confidence in that situation. But Wade White, a freshman from down in the Montgomery area, comes up with a huge play, and special shout out to him. We talk all the time about being ready when your number's called. He played 2 plays on Saturday. Ty Herring went down with an injury, goes in, does a good job, and then the second play that he's in the game, he intercepts it, a game-clinching interception. So, it just goes to show, whenever you get your opportunity, you got to be ready, you got to do something with it. And sure enough, he did it for us at a very crucial time in the game to seal the victory.
He certainly did. Let's talk about quarterback play. Liam finishes the game with a career high in passing yards, 359 yards for the game, leads the Southern Conference in passing yards, top 10 in all FCS. But, Coach, we also saw Chris Oladokin come into the game for some goal line situations, scored 2 touchdowns. You've talked about all season how you really like both of those quarterbacks, and you want to get them both involved in the game. We saw that.
Well, they're both fine young men, and, they compete, but they work well together. And, right now, Liam, he's playing well, and I don't know that Chris is excited about not getting to play that much, but he understands, and like most, good players do. And but we came up with a little package to let him get in the game, and he made the most of it. He was in 2 plays, scored 2 touchdowns. So hopefully we get down there and get close again this week and let him go ram a few more of them in.
Well, I can't say enough good things about Ty King. What a great game. He had 7 catches, 178 yards, and a touchdown. Coach, he made an outstanding catch there in the second half, too. Unbelievable catch. Talk about Ty's performance.
He's been a great contributor on special teams, and then during quarantine, he just really developed into the receiver we thought he could be when we signed him. And each week he's making big plays on the kickoff returns, and he made some big plays on offense, and then none was bigger than the jump ball that Liam threw to him there late in the third quarter that let us down there. I think that may have been our final score, but that was a big play.
It was a huge play. Chris Edmonds, back-to-back Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Week, 9 tackles, an interception, and a forced fumble. Coach, the forced fumble was one of, I think, probably the biggest play of the game as he stopped the quarterback as he was going down the sidelines, punching the ball out, something that I'm sure you coaches talk about. If you can't stop him, try to get the ball out. He did.
Well, defense is, about creating havoc and turnovers, and he's a guy right now that just always seems to be around the ball, and of course he's got a lot of room to improve, just like everybody else on our team. But he's making big plays. The play you mentioned earlier was a huge play in the game, and then on one of his interceptions, if we don't get a block in the back, he takes it to the house and probably ends the game. For all intents and purposes there. So we need him to keep playing at that high level. But we talk about Chris, and to take nothing away from him because he's just a fine gentleman. But boy, there's a lot of other good players out there hustling around that helps the ball go his way. He's just making the plays right now for us.
Yeah, Nathan East also had a good game. Thomas Neville had a good game at linebacker with several tackles. Let me mention Mitchell Finneran, SoCon Special Team Player of the Week. 3 critical field goals for Samford. Coach, it occurred to me as I was calling the game Saturday, one area of the game that we don't talk about that Mitchell is so good in is getting the ball in the end zone on those kickoffs. He never allows the team to take the ball out of the end zone.
Well, we hope he continues that. He's worked hard on his leg strength, and that's one of those stats that you just don't pay much attention to. But he's done a good job. I mean, he's a hard guy to return kicks on, but definitely he was the X factor in the ball game on Saturday.
Without a doubt. Well, for the 3rd week in a row, Samford finds themselves facing a top 20 FCS opponent. This week we play the upstart VMI Keydets at Cybert Stadium for a noon kickoff. VMI coming off a dominant performance really against the Mercer Bears. This week they ranked 19th. For the first time in a long time, VMI finds himself in that position. They are holding opponents to 11 points a game. Coach, this isn't your dad's VMI team here.
No, they're playing really well. They started last year and kind of got on a run last year as well. And, they have a lot of upperclassmen that are graduating that actually will be transferring after this spring season due to the curriculum that VMI offers. Tremendous quarterback, big receivers that are really long guys that play well. They're hitting on all cylinders, and defensively, they've always been aggressive, but God, they're playing with tremendous confidence. And for the 3rd week in a row, like you said, we're playing a top 20 ranked team. So, hopefully we'll improve. Fight through some adversity. It just got the weather this week has not been ideal to be outside. But I suspect that our guys will be ready, and hopefully we'll play a little better than we did last week.
And again, we are looking forward to being back home this Saturday. The game is sold out, but you can watch it on ESPN Plus for noon kickoff against the VMI Keydets. Thank you so much for tuning in again to the Chris Hatcher Show, presented this week by Brombergs.